Good morning, everyone. Thank you for being here on a Saturday morning. My name is Abdulrahman Isa. I'm the Arabic professor here at Wesleyan. Thank you very much.
As you speak.
Oh, okay. So I'll be talking about creative language learning, and I've chosen the topic of mnemonics and word associations that that learners of languages around the world use. So I've started this with a quote by Nietzsche, a famous quote that without music, he did not imagine life being possible without music. I think that if he had lived in the age of Goethe, or had he conferred with him, he would have said, without languages, learning languages, life would have not been possible. So that's just the name of the topic of the title of my topic. So how do you acquire a mastery of foreign language? This is the $64,000 question that everybody asks. So I have a few answers for you. Do you think Sitzfleisch and hard work would do it? How about travel to the country of the target language? How about utilizing technology and use multiple creative devices or learning methods? Rote learning and flashcards and drills? Or songs, proverbs, and idioms? We read everything in the target language, listen to podcasts, or watch TV in the target language. Or speak the target language regularly to professors, peers, friends, anybody who speaks the language. Or make a pledge to only speak in the target language to native speakers. Or all the above and more. All right, word association is just a type of mnemonic device. Growing up in Morocco, we didn't have that, especially with Arabic, so I was pleased to see that when I came to America, that you learn things through making up acronyms and making up some twisted visualizations to remember things. So that helps me a lot in my classes at the university. And obviously, I found that I was doing actually that with other foreign languages that I was learning. So word association is just a mnemonic device. Mnemonic comes from in Greek it's mnemonikos, which means of memory, related to memory, and mnemonis is the goddess of remembrance in the Greek mythology. And obviously, we use it to retain information or retrieve information, whether it's in any field or, in our case, in languages. And there are different types, named mnemonics. We'll cover that later. If I have time, spelling mnemonics, music mnemonics, and other types of mnemonics. Okay, so word, image, phrase, association, what is it? It's a memorization technique that aids in remembering things. The key to it is to imagine, basically create a scene or visualize an idea, make up a sentence, a phrase that will help you remember a word or a phrase or an idiom. Obviously, the more, to be honest with you, the more crazy, the more twisted, the more personal the visualization, the better the memorization will be. And throughout my teaching, my students have shared with me some amazing, funny, twisted visualizations they had for remembering rules, some interesting words. And that's why it's very subjective. Relies on your imagination, on your background, on your education level, on your knowledge of other languages, and some drawbacks. It requires a lot of practice, and it takes time to to make up these to come up or concoct these visualizations. Okay, there are two ways of using word association. The very common one, or the easiest way, is cognates. Obviously, cognates is the simplest and easiest way. So you have two words coming from two different languages, and linguists always cheat because that's the first thing we do. And they have the same root, and they usually have the same meaning. All right. There's millions of cognates, so it just chose a few at random from different languages: Spanish, Portuguese, French. But you got to be careful with the pronunciation, obviously, some spelling. And there's also false cognates, and those are the ones that are always create trouble for language learners. I found a couple of good examples. Rumore, when I heard rumore, I thought it was rumors in Italian, when it is noise. And the word sensible always gets people. Sensible is reasonable in English, but in Spanish, that's not the word, or French, it means sensitive. Now the other way is when you link, the other method, which is more involved, is linking word with images, with phrases, with scenes. So, and like I said, I'm using the word concoct. I like that word. You're making up something so you can remember a word. You're trying to survive because there's so much to memorize. So you concoct a story and make up something, like make a connection between the word you're learning and what you know already. So you can, like, I'll read this for you. So this is the definition. First, you link the foreign word with a mother language word, which will be your keyword. Then you link the keyword with the English meaning of the foreign word by forming an interactive image, scene, or made-up sentence. I'll give you a good example. The word in Russian for cow is korova, korova, rana korova, korova. That's the word association. And then somebody can make up another sentence with korova or with other words. Okay, so now let's go to the fun part. Some exercises. Just gave you a lesson. Let's see if we can apply this. I'm giving you some hints here. I'm sure you know those flags, where those flags come from. So, the word pater. You just heard the word pater. In your background, do you know if there is a word you know that sounds like? First of all, what language is pater? Pater. Pater. Latin and Greek. Okay. So, what does pater mean? Does it mean bowl, water? It doesn't sound like bowl, huh?
Padre.
Padre. Father.
Yeah, father.
Pater. Very good. How about what language is that?
Hindi.
Hindi. So you saw the word that's pronounced sat. Sat. You probably know another language where a word sounds like sat. Anybody speaks French here? Most of you speak French, I assume. No? Sat? My French teacher, professor here? Seven. Oh, seven. Like I said, be careful with spelling and pronunciation. It's a little, it's not exactly S-E-P-T, but you know, set. But it sounds like set in French, huh? All right. How about brevità? I love that word.
Brevidad.
Italian, right?
Italian.
Just from brevità, huh? Gravity. All right. So this is how you cheat and learn a language. You start with the cognates. Okay. What do you think Zanu is? What language is that, Zanu?
Arabic.
It's actually Farsi. So. So Zanu knows French here again? Sorry. Zanu.
Ginocchia.
Knee.
Yeah.
Knee.
Yes.
Okay, knee, Zanu. These are Indo-European languages, okay? Now, one of them is Romance, the other one is the Farsi language, but it's, okay, brat. It's not the little things running around. Brat, arm, bra, okay, that's a good, brat, brother, Bruder in German, so brat, huh? All right, okay. Next word. Fatima, what language is that?
Hindi.
Hindi. So you should get this word, guys. Cut. I'm at a hotel. I need a cut.
Oh.
A cut. A bed.
Oh, okay.
What? A bed. A cut. You heard that word before?
Cot, yeah.
Cut. And that's the word for, small bed. Oh, okay. Okay. Look, you're gonna love this. My Spanish professor is here. You're gonna love this word. Look. What? This is Arabic. Look, and this is almost everybody knows this word in Spanish. It means almost Spanish.
Loco.
Look. That's the word for. That's the a word for Arabic for crazy. Look. Huh? Look. And another word in Arabic. Al-Baqiya. That's from Arabic. Al-Baqiya.
Lawyer, right?
the national Spanish dish.
What we eat yesterday.
Paella comes from the Moorish fishermen. Moorish fishermen would use the leftovers from the fishes to make a rice meal with the shrimps and the little insects from the sea, and they came up the leftovers. La paella and rakia. All right, let's see if we can add. Oh, last word. What language is that? That's Amharic. And now we're gonna make connection. Amharic is from what country? Oops, sorry. It's from this flag right here, Ethiopia. It was an Italian colony, right? So formaggio. I mean, how obvious could that be? Formaggio. Okay. All right. Let's test. Good job. Okay. Now the word association. Now this is a little more involved. You see the word lefko. Lefko. Think of leukemia. Sorry for mentioning this word, but leukemia. What's the first? What color comes to you? Usually the colors in Greek. Huh?
White.
White. That's the word for white in Greek. Lefko. How about how? The word for rice, not cow, but rice is how in Thai. So you're gonna make a connection. What connection would you make? If rice is how, and you already know the word cow in English, can you imagine maybe a cow eating rice in the field?
Oh.
You just make
Rice patty, cow patty.
or something like that. Okay.
The
How about
crazier it is, the better it is.
Pestana. Pestana. Okay, now for those listeners, they already know it. Now, okay. So it means eyelash in Spanish. But how would you make a connection for somebody just learning Spanish? Las pestanas. Think of something that you paste on your eyes. Pestana, paste. Huh? All right. Sorry, I got more words. I'm sorry. I'm trying to rush here. I get some German words here for my German professors. Raub. Is it rope in German?
Clothes, ropa.
So think of caterpillar. Can you make a picture for a caterpillar? It has ropes. Huh? The rope in the middle. Okay, Raub is a caterpillar in German. And this is actually an Iranian word that made it into Arabic. Shahmat. Shahmat. It has to do with a game where a king is in check. Checkmate. Shahmat. The king just died. All right, Shahmat. False friends, guys. If you're gonna learn a foreign language and you have some fun, learn Swedish. It has some of the funniest false cognates. Especially the word kiss and puss. All right.
I'm gonna have to.
Okay, what is homie finish? It's pronounced homie. Heimat. It's actually mold. Anyway, sorry guys, I run out of time, but thank you very much.